So Saturday, Goodwill had a 50% off day. Everything 50% off. Amazing. Great deals. Love it. I was having fun looking all around the store and I couldn't help it. Every time I was looking around, I was just looking at something and I'm like, I wonder if God wants me to get this. Which, might sound a little weird, a little crazy, but like some people are like that. God speaks to them and he tells them to get things. And it's so much good can come out of that. And that may be what happened. I don't know. Um, but if you guys know City on a Hill, she's amazing. And she's always talking in lives about how, like, God always has her go to thrift stores and he's like, I want you to buy this. And it's just like so cool. It's amazing, the stories, the testimonies, just everything that comes out of that. Like I can't wrap my head around it. It's amazing. But yeah, I think that helped me think like, what if God wanted me to get this? And I'm not normally someone who gets like big like mural or like wall art kind of things, but I was just looking at the wall art they had at Goodwill, and I'm like, this stuff kind of feels a little biblical. Like maybe I don't know, maybe God wants me to get it. But I will say first, before I saw those, I saw this. It it's designed to look like an oil lamp, right? And when I saw that, I immediately thought of like all the biblical significance behind like filling your lamps up with oil and like being ready at all times. Like that's very significant with the rapture, of course. But I saw that it takes batteries, and I try not to get things that take batteries. Which what I got took batteries. The sign, I'll get to that in a minute. But so I'm like, I guess I don't need it. But like I felt like I should probably get it. So the second time I went and bought stuff, uh, I bought this too. So that was pretty cool. But speaking of the lamps, after I saw that, when I didn't get this, I saw this, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I think maybe God's trying to talk to me about filling my lamp with oil, and maybe I should get this. And at the time when I bought it, I didn't even realize that it lights up. So just last night, I put batteries in it and I tried it, and it like that's so cool. It has a couple different settings. Like one of them, it flickers slower, and that one's fast. Like that's amazing. I love this thing so much. This brings me so much joy. And then also sitting there, I found this, and I know it doesn't necessarily look like anything about God or Christian or whatever when you first think about it. And this is by no means nothing I would have ever bought before, because it's like wine. It makes me think of alcohol, getting drunk, being sinful. Like, why in the world would I have this? Like, but it made me think of new wine. And when seeing this, I'm like, wait a minute. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about wine here at Goodwill today. Like, I took a few pictures. I didn't show everything I saw there about wine, but there was a lot of stuff, and I don't know. In a way, it's like, well, that's kind of normal. Like, yeah, a lot of people have little things on their wall or on like glasses or whatever, talking about like wine o'clock, or gotta have me some wine or whatever. You know how it is. But like, it felt like a lot more than I'm used to seeing. I don't know. But like, I feel like God's trying to tell me about filling your lamp with oil and new wine. You know, the old wineskins verse, very significant. A lot of stuff about the rapture, and just so much with new wine. So I'm like, and it's just a beautiful picture, because these are my favorite colors, white and blue, and it just looks really nice. And it also reminded me of the marriage supper of the Lamb. Like, it just feels like that. Like, there's roses over here. Uh, this feels like a marriage supper kind of thing. And like, white and blue, aren't those symbols symbolized like purity or something biblical, right? Maybe. Uh, I don't know, but it feels very special to me. And I also got this. And I'm just realizing that you can't read it because it's backwards, but it says, live with intention, be bold and fearless, make a difference, live the life you were destined for. It's like, I don't know. Maybe we should live the lives we were destined for by God. You know, live with the intention of doing God's work. Be bold and fearless no matter what they'll say about you. Make a difference. Lives will be changed. Seeds will be planted. You're not going to save someone, but the seeds you plant, God will use that, and that makes all the difference. Some of us, hopefully all of us, you know, all of you watching this, I pray that we all get to heaven and we all get crowns for leading someone to Christ. You know, it's amazing that to think that even maybe one person, if not many, that even just one person might go to heaven because of something we did. Not that it's our power at all. Like, don't hear what I'm not saying. Right after Goodwill, we went to a concert, and the theme of this event, this free concert event, was Tell the World. And in the verse is, and he said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. And so there was someone that was knitting these little globes, very cool. And I almost forgot. So the wine thing, it doesn't stop, because when I was at the concert, I ran into my friend who is the guy that I met at that place 3 years ago when I first started taking God seriously, putting him first in my life consistently, you know, like, stop being lukewarm. And I met that guy, and he prayed over me, saying that my skin would be healed, that it would become white as snow. And, like, it has been. Like, if you knew my testimony, I've made videos about it, but, like, if you knew my story about how bad my skin was, like, if I wasn't gonna die, I wanted to, like, it was really, 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 really bad. But, and I don't know how to talk about that, because it's like, well, I don't want to say that there aren't people that go through worse than me, that have, or whatever, because it's like, I get it. It's not a competition. There are worse things out there, right? But it was really bad. But the guy, it was awesome to see him. You know, I see him every once in a while because he lives in that area. But he was talking about how he goes through our town once in a while, driving through. And sometimes, you know, he loves going by my old church, which it's no longer a church anymore, it's a winery. And he was just excited about it. You know, the one day he took a picture of the front door, because above it, it still has the sign from the church, because I believe it was originally called Jesus Saves, like the name of the church. So that sign's still up there. It was called that before it was the church I went to. But, yeah, he was just excited about that, and he was talking about, like, how interesting it was that a church is now a winery. It's new wine. And I'm like, what? You're kidding me. Like, this whole theme of wine, like, you know, God showing me all this new wine stuff, it's like, it just kind of blew my mind. And it's like, that is really interesting to think about, how, like, the church I grew up in is now a winery. It's new wine. I don't know. That's just really cool. There's also one really bizarre thing that I wanted to include. So the night before that, I was in someone's live on TikTok, and it was a really great live, and some girl on there, she was saying how, like, she loves this book called Jesus Calling, and, you know, I missed some of the stuff going on in the live, what they were talking about, because I was doing other things while I was listening, but, like, they were telling her, like, oh, that's actually demonic, like, it's bad, and I kind of missed what exactly about it was bad. But, like, still, it's bad. And yesterday at Goodwill, I wasn't even making the connection, but I accidentally bought that exact same book. I asked them last night to confirm it, and it's that book. I somehow managed to buy the exact same book that they were just calling demonic the night before. What are the chances of that? I think God did that specifically so I would get it, so I could burn it. Like, so no one else could have this. Like, that's so insanely bizarre how specifically timing. And yeah, I'm out of time, but God bless you guys. Peace.